Jake, how do you kind of assess this one today?
Yeah, tough one. Just couldn't quite sustain ozone pressure, I felt like, tonight and get things rolling.
How do you explain the slow starts the last couple games?
Wish I could. Just need more urgency, myself very much included.
How do you guys get this back on track?
Big game Tuesday, and end this homestand, get 2 points, and head on the road and finish this little stretch before the break. We need to. Bottom line.
How do you generate that urgency?
Just continuing to say the right things and by action. It's contagious when a guy wins a puck battle, the next guy's going to win a puck battle, and it kind of goes on along the lines. And I find that that contagious mindset of whether it's just winning puck battles or shooting the puck or small details, it adds up over time. And confidence comes with that. You can tell we're not playing with a ton of confidence right now, so it can be fleeting at times. So you got to generate it when you don't have it.
What keeps the belief high in the room that you're good kids?
Got a lot of really good players in here. I think we've got great depth throughout the lineup. We've shown it this year. We've put the good stretches together. Just came off a good stretch, frankly, before this homestand. So we just got to get back to it quickly.
On an individual level, what do you focus on at a time like this?
I try to get back to simplicity when the puck starts going in when I'm out there. Just focusing on those small details, winning my puck battles, having good gap, playing hard, making simple plays with the puck, and usually just kind of start simple and then work your way out from that.
There's no real practice time right now. I'm just wondering what sort of challenge that presents with the schedule like it is right now.
Yeah, just take care of yourself. It'll be helpful to get to bed at a decent time tonight, get some rest, and have a little practice tomorrow with the fans, and regroup there, and have another good night rest, and have a huge match on Tuesday.
So what was your takeaway today?
Honestly, I thought we came out better than we had the last couple games. Then there's just I think mental mistakes and just times where we just shoot ourselves in the foot, and then you're down 2-0 to the best team in the league, and you end up having to chase the game for the rest of the night. And so I think that's the frustrating part, just going through this adversity. It's on all of us. All of us need to be better and got to execute with the play and with the puck more.
What's it going to take to get you guys back on track, do you think?
I mean, we've got one more game before we go on the road here, and you want to get back on the winning track, and especially when things are tough and things are grind, you just got to push through it even harder.
You guys have been so good at home most of the season. What do you think's gone wrong this week?
I think earlier in the week, just coming out flat in games, didn't feel like we had the energy that we needed to compete at a high level, and other teams did, and they competed harder than us. And I thought tonight, like I said, I thought we came out better, we forechecked better in that first period, and then just mistakes, and the puck ends up in the back of your net. And so, like I said, you're just chasing it.
What can the leaders do to help dig this?
Like I said, everybody just has to be better, have to play better, have to do the little things just a little bit harder, a little bit better, and especially, like I said, when you're going through a tough time, when it's hard and you're going through adversity, it's bringing everybody up and pushing yourself to be better.
Feels like the puck isn't falling for you obviously right now. Like, how do you manage the frustration on a personal level at a time like this?
Yeah, you want to see the puck go in, just try to be better in the other areas, that getting the opportunities, and that one's going to go in eventually. But obviously, it's like I said, it's tough when it's not going in. It's tough when you're going through adversity and stuff like that, and you can't compound that with being negative, or compound that with trying to do too much. It's just about getting back on the horse and just keep riding, keep working, and pulling yourself out of the hole.
What keeps the belief high, Auston, that you guys are going to be capable of making a push?
Well, it's all about just the moment. It's about this next game now, and pulling each other up, helping each other out when things are going well. And like I said, you can't get down. You can't start to have a bad attitude or try to be on your own program. Everybody's got to stick together even more throughout this.
How do you assess the performance today?
We just obviously getting behind early is not ideal. Obviously against a team that's very good. Really test you with their speed and obviously their ability to spread you out. So, I think we created some looks at times, just not able to, break through earlier to change the momentum of the game. And, And then unfortunately we just didn't execute as well as they did, and they just made some better plays with the puck. At times our puck play wasn't as sharp and, slowed us down a little bit. So, obviously somewhere we got to get better, and, it's a quick turnaround again, so there's no time to hang our head and be frustrated about things. We got to continue to work at it and, use tomorrow as a day to reset and be ready for Tuesday.
How does that energy?
Well, I think it's just a choice. This is a choice. You come in, you get focused. You prepare the way you need to prepare. Take what's in front of you and not focus on what's in the past or maybe what's ahead or down the line and worrying about the big picture too much. I think just being focused on what you can do right now to get ready for our next challenge and for the group to stick together and continue to be positive. We've played a lot of good hockey this year and put together some really good stretches. So obviously results this week haven't been great, but a great chance to turn that around.
How does the group regain confidence?
It's a choice, like I said. You continue to stick together and believe in what you're doing and get back to the work of what you got to do every day to get yourself ready to play and the intention to get better and to be excited about the challenge ahead and go out there and play and execute and enjoy the opportunity.
You guys off the road. You guys have a great stretch. You've been good at home.
We haven't executed as well. We obviously. Two of the first three, we just gave up too much. Puck was in our net a lot more than you can allow to happen. And then, obviously, tight game against Detroit. We just didn't end up on the right side of it when it goes to overtime. And, today we didn't execute the puck as well, I think, as well as they did. And, they got up early and certainly, I think, came with a lot of intention to try to defend really well after, their game the other night. So, we just have to raise our level of play and be more consistent with whether it's our structure, whether it's our execution with the puck, all those things, it has to be obviously at a high level consistently.
Your takeaway from tonight, this afternoon's game, Joseph?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good team over there, and I think the momentum shifts were apparent kind of in the game. Maybe not so much momentum in the first, but I thought as the game went on, especially the third period, I thought we looked pretty good and had a lot of good chances. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good team. I thought we battled back, gave ourselves a chance in the third, and weren't able to capitalize.
What's the challenge, I guess, trying to stay upbeat, keeping positive when the team's going through a stretch like this?
Yeah, again, for me, it's try to just stick with the process, and I know I kind of hammer that home, but we know we're capable when we go through good stretches. I think it proves that, and we just have to really, continue with how we're playing, and I think we really know the right way to play, and I think sometimes we go through stretches where, I don't know, I'm just rambling. I think we have a very good team, and I have a lot of confidence in us, and I think we just need to continue with it.
What's your sense of the group right now in terms of that confidence?
I mean, it's never easy when you're losing a bit. You have to find moments to bring it, and I think we have good leaders in this room, and as we continue forward, I think building on moments that give us confidence, and right now it's a little up and down, a little more down than up than maybe I'd like, but again, it really just takes one to get momentum, and I trust this group will feed on that.
What's it been like the last couple of games, or the first two? You and Anthony have kind of been reunited in uniform. Like, what's the dynamic like to have that back? Yeah,
I mean, for me, it's nice seeing him on the bench. He always, keeps it light, and I think that helps me out. So I appreciate him being there, and I hope the same for him. So it's just nice, being back next to him, and can continue with it.
I'm not sure you picked up on it, but it was your 100th game in the NHL, and I'm just wondering if that gives you any sort of perspective or how you feel about your place in the league right now.
Yeah, we would have liked a different result for that one,
right.
But yeah, it's been a long ride, a lot of ups and downs for myself, but I'm again just very focused on where this team's at right now, and again, I have a lot of faith in this group, and that won't change.
What's your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we came out, we were fine. We made 2 puck play mistakes, and it's in our net. We just, execution is, was obviously a cause of a couple goals, and give them guys 2 2-on-1s or odd man rushes, you're in trouble. We get down 2-0. It kind of like deflated our team. Tried to fight back in the third, but overall, like, we gotta fix the execution part for me, and then, the battle level. Like when you get down in the game, we gotta come together as a team, and we gotta fight through that, and because it's gonna happen. We all know that, but I think losing at home here, it's worn on our team a little bit. But that's pro sports, and we got to all pull it together here and get ready for Tuesday, and we need a win. That's the bottom line.
You have been so good at home most of the season. What's gone wrong this particular season?
Like I said, I think, I talked about it the other day. I think we've come home here after a pretty good road trip, and, we've a lot of mistakes, in my opinion, a lot of execution mistakes with the puck and different things that have caused us to be where we're at here at home.
How does the team go about getting this confidence back?
Well, that's a choice. Like, come on, where's the NHL players? I mean, you're paid to play in the NHL. You got to go out and play. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I played. I know the feeling. Confidence comes from just hard work. Confidence comes from, just playing the system, being direct, and but for me, it's about confidence comes from like work and compete. If you work and compete and understand going into a game, that is the most important part. You'll get your confidence, But you guys, we get scored on, a couple goals, we kind of stop playing. We watch, instead of got to come together as a team. It's all about coming together as a team and pulling out of this. No individual is going to pull you out of it. It's a team.
What's the chatter on the bench like when you get down?
It depends on the game. It depends on the time and the game. In different situations, it changes. Throughout the year. Right now it's quiet. And that's not going to help. You gotta cheer for your teammate. You gotta have energy no matter what situation. You talk about confidence. That's going to create confidence for your team too. So,
a loss is obviously a loss, but does the frustration level change when you guys lose, but you are so close to other teams in the standings?
Well, coming home here, I think we put ourselves in a pretty good place to climb in the standings. Like you said, we've been a good home team, but that's obviously wasn't the case this time coming home. But again, that's in the past now. We're going to focus on Tuesday.
Joe makes
that's all we can do.
I'm sorry. Joe makes 30 saves tonight. How do you think he's handling all this adversity?
I thought he was good tonight. I don't fault him on any of the goals. Obviously, yeah, he'll look at it, or we'll look at it and say, well, we can get a save here and there, but he gave us a chance to be in the game and win the game.
What was your message during the timeout there in the first?
Just settle down and execute with the puck. Cost us 2 goals, right? So just settle down and execute with the puck. Get to our game like we talked about before the game. That's all. Just to settle things down.